heal the ground. From wherever searching comes, the look itself, a trace of what we're looking for. So be quiet now and wait. The ocean is growing, the tide is coming in, hear it. And here is our King, here is our love, here is our God who's come to bring us back to Him. He is the one, He is Jesus, and He is our King, He is our love, He is our God who's come to bring us back to Him. He is the one, He is Jesus, Jesus. And what was said to the rose to make it unfold, said to me here in my chest. So be quiet now and rest. So be quiet now and rest. The ocean is growing, the tide is coming, here it is. And here is our King, here is our love, here is our God who's come to bring us back to Him. He is the one, He is Jesus, yeah. And He is our King, He is our love, He is our God who's come to bring us back to Him. He is the one, He is Jesus, He is Jesus. Here is our love, here is our God who's come to bring us back to Him. He is the one, He is Jesus, He is Jesus, and He is our King, He is our love, He is our God who's come to bring us back to Him. He is the one, He is Jesus, He is Jesus, and He is our King, He is our love, He is our God who's come to bring us back to Him. He is the one, He is Jesus, He is Jesus.
You just heard David Crowder's Here's Our King. I play it in the key of A. I play it with the capo on the second fret with the G finger position. And I play the G as some people call it a G5. It's the sixth string in the third fret, in this case with the capo. and then the fifth string, second fret, the second string, third fret, and the sixth string, or first string, I'm sorry, going the opposite way, on the third fret. So you get that little ringing sound at the end of the chord. To go to the C, and it's since it's in the key of A, and I'm playing G finger position, so I'll give it to you in the key of G, basically. G, C, D are the triad chords in the key of G. So to play the C, instead of going from the regular G to a C, I'll go to a C2. Excuse me. The C2, by dropping these two fingers, the top two fingers, one string each, and you still get those high notes at the end. Now this is a favorite combination of like Chris Tomlin, who loves the G fingering positions, and he'll drop, for instance, we stand and lift up our hands, for the joy of the Lord is our strength. You'll also hear it in songs like Green Day's Good Riddance. It's the same thing. It's a really melodic sounding change from the G5 to the C2 instead of from the G to the C. David throws in a G over B chord, which is basically when you see a chord that has a slash in it, and you'll see a G slash B, that's a G over B. It means that the bass note is the note to the right, the chord to the right, or the note to the right, which is the B. And the root chord is the first letter, which in this case is the G. So G slash B, or G over B, means I'm going to play a G chord, but with a B bass note. Now for this, I will lift my middle finger off of the sixth string and just simply play, you can see it, this chord here, where I've got this as my bass note, which is the B in this case, and I'll hammer on it, and I will not play the top string, so that way you don't hear the bass note, which in this case will be an E, but I want to play this B as the bass, the string, the bass note. So I'll play. And that's basically the opening of the song, is the G5 to the G over B to the C2. And that's basically the entire gist of the song, are those three chords right there. There are some more chords in the bridge, but for now, let's just do that. The G to the G over B to the C2 and back, and you can play. Now the first verse, or the chorus, here is our King, here is our love, here is our God who's come, bring us back to Him. He is the one, He is Jesus, He is our King, He is our love, He is our God who's come to bring us back to Him. He is the one, He is Jesus, Jesus. So you can see those three chords are in the chorus. You move up to the verses, and it's basically the same thing. Just feel it out. You've got from the G5, from wherever spring arrives, over B, C, from wherever searching comes, G over B, C2, a trace of what we're looking for, C over B, so be quiet now and wait. Now you're going to stick with the C over B, or G over B. The ocean is growing. I'm just going from the G over B to the C2. Tide is coming, here it is. Here's our king. And you're back into it. Now for the bridge, the Majesty, finally, and you won't hear that on the radio version. Every time I've heard this song on the radio version, I've never heard the Majesty, finally. But it is part of the song. If you look it up on YouTube, you'll find David Crowder's version of it, and he puts it in there. For this, we're going to play from the G5, Majesty. Now this is a D over F sharp. D over F sharp, a regular D. You play like this. Sometimes now I play this chord several different ways depending on the song. I like to keep the my two little fingers on those bottom two strings. You can see I like to keep my fingers here for this chord instead of making the D and it just being the 1, the 2, and the 3. I like to add that little finger, and then since it is a D over F sharp, I need to play the F sharp as my bass note. Now, if I were playing a regular D, I would take my thumb and I would put it on the E string at the top, and on the 2nd fret, that's an F sharp. So to give it that bass sound, you can hear the difference between a D and putting my finger here, you can hear that bass in there. Now, John Denver often played songs with a drop D tuning, and he would tune this string down to a D, which is the 4th string. He would tune them to where they would harmonize, and that would always give him a bass note. If you listen to Rocky Mountain High, several of his other songs, Welcome to My Morning, Farewell Andromeda, those songs, he uses drop D tuning where he tunes the top E string down to a D, and it gives it that low sound. You can buy a cut capo and do the same thing. I have a cut capo in my case, and basically a cut capo has a little section cut out here at the tip so that it doesn't mute or it doesn't cover the top string. And if you play with a cut capo on the 2nd fret, of course, you've got a drop D tuning because now the top string is the same as the 4th string. So you basically have drop D. In this case, we're going to use our thumb to give us that drop tuning to an F sharp. Now, on this song, I don't play the D slash F sharp or D over F sharp like this. Since I'm already here, what I do is I drop this finger to the 3rd string in the 2nd fret, and I put my 1st finger on the top string in the 2nd fret. And I've got the same D over F sharp, but it's a different kind of a sound, and it goes well with the song because of the chord progression of the G5 to C2. And it gives you that. Now, the other chord in the bridge is an E minor 7th. Again, leaving these two fingers in place throughout the entire song does two things. First of all, it gives a kind of a a consistency to the song. You always have those bottom strings ringing out. It gives it a unifying feel for the entire song. And secondly, it really hurts these two fingers after a while playing that song. There are several songs that I play like that, where those two fingers never leave the strings. And when I first learned to play guitar back in the 70s, I know I should be better now. But the first song I learned was Eleanor Rigby, and that's because this finger never left this string, and I could rotate the other fingers around it. And so it was easy. So playing this song is relatively easy because these two fingers sort of act like an anchor. So I'm here. All right, now. Then the C2, the G, fine, G/F#, E minor. One more time, G5, G/F#, E minor, and you're going to end on the C2. Yeah, here's our King, here's our love. Now the strumming pattern varies. It's hard to teach strumming pattern to me, for me to teach somebody else my strumming patterns for different songs, because it's the way I feel the song. And I encourage you to play from the heart. If you play from the heart, if you play what you feel, the strumming pattern is going to be okay. There are times when I'm playing an up and down strumming pattern, and then in this case, you can see it's mostly a downbeat strumming pattern. It just depends on the song. It depends on how I feel the song. And remember, I'm not putting myself up as some great guitar virtuoso. I am not, by any means. I play to accompany my vocals, and to play the rhythm in my band, and to give the band a consistent background rhythm. And so that's all I'm doing is showing you how I play this song. David Crowder plays completely different. My friend down the street, he plays it completely different. There's no right or wrong. It's how you feel the song. We're playing worship music. Worship music is designed to not be about us. It's designed to be about Him. And if you feel the music, if you feel the beat, if it's speaking to your heart, it will speak to their heart. It's worship music. If you're a worship leader, you're supposed to lead them into worship. That means you have to get there first. So when you're playing that song and you're feeling that song, the congregation, the people listening to you in that concert, in that church, in that youth event, whatever the venue, they're going to feel what you feel. If you're on stage with your friends and you're playing this music and you're worshiping God, the greatest thing you can accomplish is to look out and see people worshiping Him. Here is our King. Not here is our band. Not here is a great worship leader. Not here is a great guitar player. Not here is a great vocalist. Here is our King. Here's our love. Here's our God who's come to bring us back to Him. He came to us. He is worthy of our worship. Play Here is Our King. Play it from the heart.